everyone, and welcome to Season 5 of the Rewatch podcast presented by the Terrible Video Gamers Club. I'm your host, Tyler Schatz, who's wondering how someone collects so many drink umbrellas. Joining me this fine recording session is one Stephen Howard.
You want to make a blood promise?
Amanda Howard is here.
Who also made a note about umbrellas when I wrote watched this episode. However, I wrote umbrellas with multiple question marks and didn't know why until Tyler just revealed the answer for me. So thank you.
Happy to help any way I can. One Josh Cox is here.
It's Tuesday the 26th, and I'm so bored. And I'm in kind of a weird mood.
Oh, damn.
One Nick Castillo.
Unlike JC, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I think I might go visit the new girl.
Inappropriate. And last, but certainly never least, is one Gary Delaney.
1 star. Would not recommend room service at this hotel.
Thought I'd finally have a calm night after the frickin' Swedes left or whatever the hell.
Right.
Sure enough.
Might end up with a chest full of lead. All right, well, we are here, dear listener, to discuss Season 1 of Twin Peaks, Episode 8, the finale of the season. And of course, I closed the page that I had open for the little description for this.
Unacceptable.
We were dealing with some technical difficulties while we were getting ready to start this podcast. So, of course, I had opened everything up, then I closed it, then I was just like off in Never Never Land, as one does.
Thinking about umbrellas.
Thinking about umbrellas over here. Anyways,
Coconuts.
Episode 8, The Last Evening. Audrey is hired at One-Eyed Jack's, but is caught in a trap when her father arrives. Cooper gets Jacques Renault to reveal the details of Laura's last night in the cabin. Deputy Andy saves Truman's life and apprehends Renault. And what
I
an
would like to
episode.
start with conspiracy theory number 1.
Oh, God.
Right out the gate.
Hell yeah.
So, as I was looking
Like it.
through this, watching this episode, the first thing that stuck out to me was something that we had seen multiple times, but I just didn't make a connection with. That's the population of this town is 51,201. With the death of Laura, it is exactly 51,200. There's a curse on this town, keeping it exactly at a certain population.
With
Yes,
Laura.
someone is dispatched every, couple of days to go update the sign with the new numbers on it.
Counterpoint, though. When Laura was killed, didn't her cousin come in, though?
Dun, dun, dun!
And look what happens later on in the episode. We
Right?
lose
We
another-
lose another
See what I'm
person.
saying? See what I'm saying, guys?
I think
It's all fun and
the
games.
book house
Never
boys.
a psychotic conspiracy theory, which might be true.
I
The
think
town.
it's the log. The log's behind it all.
The town demands a
I-
sacrifice.
Town demands a sacrifice.
I spent all the time and effort to start the conspiracy theory count of the episode. And I have to say, Steven, you started us off with a shitty conspiracy theory.
Yeah, baby.
Padding the numbers.
has-
Even the shitty
It has
conspiracy
no
theories is a new
pizzazz.
sign.
It's just like, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like a ramblings of a crazy person.
It's a conspiracy theory. What
Yeah, it's
Conspiracy
accurate.
theory.
This is accurate so far.
Math somehow? I had seen a quote a while ago talking about when we had been talking about like how the town feels smaller than 51,000, and I saw some quote, not actually fully attributed to David Lynch, so I don't know if he actually said it, but that he at some point said, "Oh, it's a rounding error." Like they wanted it to seem bigger than actuality, but in his mind, it was always 10% of that. So 51.
10% of
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
10% of
will
that.
be.
But then with it being 51,201, that also felt very David Lynch of like, oh, it's 5,120.1 persons.
I will be like mortally offended that they think that that was an acceptable change, because this is not a town of 51,000 people. And as someone who has
Yeah, that's
lived in a
I
very
felt like
small
David Lynch
town,
would
I
know
assure
enough
you
about that.
that those signs just sit there for God knows forever.
Once every
Yeah,
10
that's
years.
the other part too. Is like,
Yeah, I don't even know
yeah,
if
it
they
may
get
be
updated
like a
that often.
40-year-old sign by the time we're seeing it, and like the logging industry is drying up here, and they're like, ah, no.
Like even as a kid, I remember being
Back
like,
in our
that sign's
heyday.
been there for many years.
That's true. I didn't even think about it.
Our
It's
town's got
not
3,000 people. No, not.
Yeah, I'm like, and that sign stayed that way when we moved to that town, and then when we like moved away from that town, and I was like, they still haven't changed the sign. Which, to be fair, we moved and then left, so maybe it's the same.
I mean,
Do they know? Do they know we were gonna leave? Maybe Steven's right.
See?
Maybe the sign is an oracle.
The sign
What
is a
was-
sign.
What was the thing that the log lady said? She's like, "Did the pigeons see you?" or whatever she says.
the owls.
Owls. Did the owls see you? The owls have
Owls
eyes,
can't
and
hear us
owls.
here.
They're reporting to everybody how many people are
Yes.
left in the city.
You fools. You thought this was psychotic.
This is a
of me.
much better conspiracy theory than what Steven stated.
Get out
though.
of here.
Well, Steven, since you kicked it off with your conspiracy theory, do you want to continue to talk about the episode for your couple of points
Sure.
there?
I'll kick it off with Dr. Creeper McCreepyface getting the crap kicked out of him, which was cool.
Toby.
Very happy about that.
Clapping on
didn't-
an audio podcast is not good. Sorry.
I honestly didn't. There's a theme in this episode of, and it doesn't happen to everyone. Don't get me wrong, because there is there's a couple significant differences, but a lot of people get what's fucking coming to them, and I was all about it. It was just nice, like
It's
person after person. Dr. Creeper McWhateverface gets that shit kicked out of him. I am there for that. I wasn't expecting it, but I am so there for that.
it's
Tyler.
almost like they're trying to wrap up a show and not knowing if there's a second season.
I do
Yeah.
not think. No, there's no way, because this ends on several cliffhangers. There's no way.
This totally seems like a show that's like, maybe it'll be a next season. If not, this was a fun adventure. I do not. Creeper McCreeperson, not a great guy. I don't think he deserved to get the shit kicked out of him. Also,
What did he not deserve
who
to get the
fuck
shit
kicked
kicked out of him?
What did he do? He didn't murder anyone. He didn't assault anyone. He's just a doctor who's a little weird and has a interesting relationship with a teenager.
All right, so we have Gary's favorite character. Gary's favorite character is Creeper McCreeperson.
If he survives.
It's a little weird with teenagers. Whatever floats his boat.
I wrote down Doctor is innocent, but also possibly dead. We found out later in the episode he wasn't dead, but they left that with some ambiguity for quite a while, and I was like, I'm conflicted because I don't really like the guy, but I'm also like, is he dead? Like he's obviously clearly innocent of
Having seen what we saw for the rest of the episode, who do you think kicked the shit out of him?
That's the other side of it. I do not know.
Bobby.
the owls.
Blaming Bobby.
Bobby was nowhere near there.
I think he wasn't he? He was like in the
Gary?
secret alley.
He had a lot of movement in this scene. Like, you need legit conspiracy theory strings to track Bobby's movements. Go ahead.
I don't have a full-blown wordage to make a conspiracy theory, but for a town that just had a recent murder, no one is like checking their doors or being cautious. Like,
That's what I was saying.
Gets the shit kicked out of him. There's still a murder on the loose. No one
one's
actually
freaked.
knows who the murderer is. He's just hanging out at a public park late at night. Like,
Well, they think they have somebody in custody, don't they? Think the police
doesn't
have some
know that
people?
yet.
They had
does
Bobby
not know
at
that.
first. They let Bobby go.
Bobby doesn't know that either.
But didn't they say that they were going after Jacques, or somebody said something to the townsfolk?
They don't. No one other than the police actually knows how far the police know.
Yeah, I think I know. Like you're talking Bobby and
his buddy.
Oh my gosh, Shelly are like trying to conspire to get Leo into prison, but I don't know if they think that like their thing is like separate from the townspeople.
I'm trying to think back to that.
I think they're just trying to get rid of Leo.
I'm trying to think back to that episode where they have the small town hall at the school gymnasium. Don't they say something though of like, "Hey, we're looking into this" or whatever? I can't remember.
I think they say we're looking into it, but they don't have anyone arrested yet. And yeah,
that's not safe.
I totally agree. I feel like there would have been.
Don't let your kids stay out at night.
Yeah, they wouldn't. People would have been freaking out. They wouldn't have been letting kids go out anywhere. There would have been a variety of reactions, but there would definitely be a portion of the town that have been like, we can't go anywhere, we can't trust anyone, we can't do anything. And everyone's like, huh, so it's cool to go to a park at night?
Well, the love of his life is there, back from the dead.
Like, he literally lives by his own rules. If you're going to point one person in this town that lives by his own rules, first of all, it's Log Lady, but second of all, it's Creeper McCreeperson.
He's definitely up there. I don't think that he is. I don't know if I would say he's innocent because he was withholding evidence from, like, only we know that through the omniscience of the show. But he was withholding some information from the police and the FBI, and he was not forthright with everything that he knew about her character to at least talk a little bit more and shed some light on who she really was. And he tampered with evidence by removing the necklace. So he's not necessarily innocent. But again, I'm in the boat that I don't know if he deserved to get the crap kicked out of him. I thought he died. Like, at least like have him grab his heart or something as he's laying there. But it looked like he just kind of got kicked in the face. His eyes rolled back, and then he's done.
Also, I don't think anyone in this town respects law enforcement because everyone thinks they can get away with lying to the police. The psychiatrist, the teenagers, Bobby, like, if your girlfriend gets killed, like, maybe you just like roll up on this whole cocaine conspiracy and just like, if you're actually sad, maybe you'd be like, hey, maybe this is the day I turn my life around, instead of like, I'm just going to continue doing shady shit and who cares? I don't know. These people are dumb.
I watched Breaking Bad, so I know that just because something bad happens doesn't mean you got to stop what you're doing either.
That's true.
Money. Smart criminals.
Oh, okay. Back to psychiatrist beating the shit out of. Do we know who that is? Is it somebody?
No, that's what we were talking about. That's exactly what we were talking about.
They left it purposely.
I do think Bobby. They show that I'm terrible with names today. All of a sudden, James.
You're me.
I know. I've come down with Steven disorder.
James and Donna.
But I have to call it Sam disorder because Steven. Yeah, Donna and James. They take off on James's bike, and he comes around the corner and goes. Poof.
Yeah.
So he's clearly like hanging out at Jacoby's place, just waiting for them to drive off to know that he planted the drugs, and it worked. I don't know.
And I think personally,
everyone likes to linger around the scene of the crime. That's not how that goes.
I was going to ask, how did he know to be at Jacoby's again? Because he does something to track them to the next location to know they're going there. How did he know to find them at Jacoby's first before he does the plant with the whatever drugs?
Was he was lingering around the park watching them set the trap whenever they then left.
But does he just like stumble upon them? I feel like there was something in the episode. It's been a couple days since I've seen it. That he caught wind of that made him think to go there. Does he see Donna and James leave?
I think it's just movie magic.
He just must tracks them down, I guess, with his silent.
Gotcha.
1960s sports
detective skills.
Detective skills.
So, I actually think that this was what's his name, the domino guy. I think for whatever reason he just happens to be there. Hank. I think he just happens to be there and just falls on the wrong side of the dice there. Takes one look at Jacoby and go, yeah, this guy deserves to get shit kicked out of him. Kicks the shit out of him. Gary?
Okay, so so who's it? Someone calls it Bobby's the motorcycle guy, and then somebody calls the cops. It's
Bobby.
well, Bobby
James
calls
is
the
the
cops.
James is the Harley motorcycle
James,
guy.
okay, Bobby's the football
Bobby's the
player. Anyway,
douchey football guy.
so he calls the cops and says, "Hey, you should check out the motorcycle," but no one of the police does not like even connect. Like, why are you making a very vague, short phone call telling the police to check out the bike? Like, hey, maybe you need to come in because you were just accused by somebody, and then drugs showed up on your motorcycle.
He pretends to be Leo, right? He's like, "Oh, hey, this is Leo. James Hurley's an easy rider. Gotta go." Because yeah, because she says like, "No, wait, Leo, no."
That's right.
And then, oh,
It's Lucy
no
who
one
takes the
believes
call.
that's a setup. That is very like.
Well, it's a setup that you can go ahead and investigate, and then, what are you doing with this, James? A bag of drugs at the police station? You're off the bookhouse, boys.
And remember, too, this is the days of before cell phone usage was really big and everything like that. So,
Star 69
tracking and all that stuff.
But on the theme of people getting what's coming to them, Jacques gets what's coming to him as well. Jacques is a creepy motherfucker as well. Jacques is a disgustingly creepy motherfucker. And he gets trapped by agent. I'm gonna forget his name, but
Cooper,
thank you. He gets trapped by Coop, and then gets sent to a place where he gets trapped by all the police, and we have a fantastic shot by Andy to save the sheriff's life, and then he gets smothered to death. I can't think of a better way for him to go. He had a bad day, and he seems like a bad person. Gary.
Conspiracy theory number 2. That's not as shitty as conspiracy theory number 1.
Boom.
Sheriff Andy is a murderer and part of the larger conspiracy because he was a fucking moron the rest of the show, and then out of nowhere he's a gunslinger in the season finale.
Just playing the tables.
It's called character development. He practiced. They had the scene with the gun range and said, "Well, Andy, we gotta practice X number of times per week."
Gary takes one,
and now he's like, "I gotta be a dad."
Actually happening in a TV show, and goes, "That must be bad fucking writing.
Where did this come from?
I'm gonna be a dad."
To be fair, he practiced like one time.
That's all Andy needed.
Okay,
in that case,
one time,
it was long overdue.
Also was like, didn't he was like a klutz early on? Like, you don't go from bad at shooting and being a klutz to like instant like poo poo. Like,
but now he knows Lucy's expecting. He's locked in.
Yeah, he's got something to live for.
There was a
I'm just glad that he didn't actually kill anybody, because then he'd start crying like he does at every crime scene.
That was it. He likes to cry. But
I was gonna jump in really quick, and probably jumping to another scene, so we can go back if we need to. But like the one, I didn't write any notes on this because I was just enthralled with the amazing cinematography and acting throughout. But the one note that I would make, if I would, was Ray Charles could see that telling the dad, "Oh yeah, the murder suspect's at the hospital." "Oh, where? At the hospital." "Okay," and just walks away. I was like shouting in my stupid chair, going, "Are you kidding me? Don't tell him that in his state. Of course, that's where he's going next."
And then, like, is anyone on duty in that hospital? What is happening?
Apparently
Well,
not.
he pulls the fire alarm, and everyone abandons everyone in the
That's
like.
right.
Oh, fire alarm! Fuck these guys! I'm out.
okay.
Yeah. No, that was from a mile away. I was like, he's goner.
On the rewatch, they say that they have someone in custody, but I don't know if they specifically say that the person in custody is at the hospital. So I on the rewatch was like, well, you would assume he's in the police station. The only way he knows it's a hospital is because he talks to a doctor and is like, oh, I'm
The
actually
doctor.
going home now. Like at no point did it
But the
doesn't
police
connect
don't.
that there was enough information for him to know where to go.
The police don't say anything to him, but the doctor who was there making sure, like talking to the police about what he found out. Because wasn't the doctor at the jock bust or something too? Maybe he just was afterwards making sure that the jock was okay. He's like, go home now. He's at the hospital. Don't worry about it. But like specifically, I know they pointed out that he's at the hospital, and it's like, well, that's where I'm gonna go next to get my revenge because killed my daughter.
Well, he's the town doc, so yeah, he ends up getting called in to the scene of the crime, to the scene of the shooting.
That's what it is now.
To help take care of him. So then he's at the hospital, and I guess presumably is at the station helping make statements or whatever he needs for that.
Yeah.
And then runs into Leland on the way out, and it's like, no,
That's the dad's name.
there's nothing for you here.
What started the conversation that Leland went to the police station? He just left home.
He's just wandering around, working on his dance.
That's a good question too.
Working on his dance.
He had a psychic vision. Is like, I know where I need to be. I should go to the police station right now.
Yeah.
Not I should go drinking to a bar, to a bowling alley. I should go stab a hobo. Like, I'm gonna go to the police station. That's where my next clue is. It's at the police station.
And it was. So
awful convenient.
Like police scanner or something like that. No.
Person number 3 who gets what's coming to them. Leo
Fucking A.
is a dickbag and a half, ties up Shelly, and then when trying to murder Bobby, gets shot. And I think that's I'm happy for him.
That one's earned. Yes.
Gary, who is unhappy.
Another
Gary wanted
murder
Leo
that
to
makes
live.
no fucking sense because you shoot Leo through the window. There's someone else in the house and you just leave them. Like, Bobby is in the house. Like, they are having a struggle, like a fist fight. He gets shot and you just leave the scene. And Bobby doesn't even question that someone is shooting into the building. Is like, well, that's over. Tra-la-la-la-la, I'm gonna go out to my car. Like, what the fuck? The shooter doesn't make sense. Bobby doesn't make sense. This show is filled with fucking morons or people who are poorly fucking written.
Okay, so just to back up there a little bit, buddy, I'm going to say that is incorrect. Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, Amanda. Real quick.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to back up and say that's wrong because Bobby goes in there, starts fighting with Leo. You're right. And during that fight, there's a shot through the window, which kills Leo. And obviously, at that point in time, Bobby is laying on the ground in front of a TV and is able to look over his shoulder and see that there was a person outside that fired the shot. If the person had just walked up, just look over, fire a shot, and we don't actually see a gun in his hands, by the way, but just fire a shot, kill him, walk away. That's all he's done. He's not looking for anything else. And yes, Bobby just saw the person trying to kill him die. I'm fucking out, bro. I'm out. I haven't signed up for this shit. That's Bobby.
You're all missing the most important part,
shooting in through the windows, maybe you don't go back out to your car. That's all I'm saying. Amanda, sorry.
You just stay there?
No, you're fine.
Steven's an idiot, and Bobby's an idiot. Amanda, you can go now.
Mine's just a 2-second thing. The most important part was where Leo screamed out at Shelly, "You broke my heart!"
Yeah, that was...
Like, what delusion are you living under, my dude?
Right.
A, did you have a heart? B, did you love her? C, you literally beat her to shit. Like,
Leo's just a hopeless romantic.
She was a possession and a maid to you. At least I assumed that was pretty clear in his head. So when he screamed that, I was like, what? I have never even heard you mention love you or anything like that. Go ahead, go back to your fight.
Tyler.
this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is, I don't know if it falls under a broad prediction category or something like that, but like for some reason when I was watching this, I distinctly remember it felt like it was the guy who plays the Domino Licker was the guy who was the shooter of Leo. Because then it pieced together in my mind of like Domino Licker's trying to get his operation back underneath his control because Leo's gotten too big for his shoes.
Mhm. Well, he
I
says,
remember that was specifically proven somehow.
What's not proven? That it was him?
That the Domino Licker is the one who shot Leo.
It's definitely him. Yeah, that was Hank for
that's
sure.
I thought he was shown or it was visible.
Yeah, because what is it? Ben Horn, whenever the contract gets signed, he calls Hank and says like, "Hey, black flag the firebug." So, yep, Leo Johnson's gonna get a house call.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Must have missed that part.
Which is why it shows up there.
Yep.
Person number 4 who gets what they deserve, or is going to get what they deserve, and I hope this happens, is going to be Audrey's dad. I'm so happy for him that he's going to walk in on his little prostitution rink and find his own daughter sitting there waiting for him. I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, they just kind of left that hanging.
Broad prediction number 2. He doesn't actually walk in on his daughter. Something comes in. His daughter escapes.
Yeah, it's something's going to happen.
The doorbell rings. He does not have a confrontation.
They should, though. I want it to happen so badly.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Shitty writing, Steven.
Nope.
You know, at some point, Gary is going to watch the perfect movie, and at that time, he is going to call it the worst movie ever produced and go back and watch what is that thing? Something 2 that you wanted us to watch?
Speed 2.
Speed 2. And he's going to watch Speed 2, and that is going to be the writing style that he goes with. Anyways.
I regret nothing.
Regret nothing.
My last person who I think actually, and this is a little bleak, but actually ends up getting what they deserved. Kind of sounds like Laura almost got what she deserved. I'll be very honest. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's not a good person. Like, it's been building up to Laura's not a good person, and then it just breaks on. What's her boyfriend's name? That's apparently not actually her boyfriend.
Bobby.
James.
There's a couple of them.
Sorry, yeah. No, I was
right.
James. James is so sweet, but he's so dumb. I just need to screw some other guys that blah blah blah, and he's trying to kill me. And it lights my fire. Like,
mixed up in stuff does not mean she's a bad person. Bad at being relationships doesn't mean deserves death.
No, but she has come.
She was asking for it.
There have been conversations before about how she brings out the worst in everyone. She specifically tries to bring out the worst in everyone. That was the conversation with Bobby and the therapist. Like, she specifically tries to hurt people.
He had some demons.
But it already had been said that she was like sick of James. Like, I think it was already said.
I think but not in this explicit way.
Yeah, not until they listened to that little snippet in the thing. I think at the time when they first found her, James was thinking that they were an item and they were kind of together. He was just confused because he was starting to catch feelings for Donna.
Another callback to the fact that there's no way this town is this freaking small of people is just that she could not have had 3 or however many boyfriends she's got, and not them realizing all of these other guys existed.
But yeah, I mean, those were the people who, as I watched this episode, I was like, okay, Gary, who I know you wanted. I know you were really big about having the therapist live, but what do you need to say?
Does anyone else actually think Laura's a bad person? Steven is pretty.
I do think Laura's bad.
I mean, I don't think she's. I don't think she's a great person, but I don't think that means deserves death and not a good person are two different things. And also, not a good person as in not a great person to be around, and not a good person as in does bad things is also a little bit different too. Like, yeah, I don't. She might be bringing up evil, but she's not actually like killing. To me,
Oh,
she's not
she's
running
just
around killing people herself. That's a little different.
She's an
as long as she's just
18-year-old,
the one
and so
making
she's
people want
not
to do it.
she's not set in her ways. She's just like not an adult yet.
She's just
So
The fact that Gary's defending her means that she's a bad person. I want to throw that out there.
Is a troubled
Oh.
youth.
Nick,
Yeah, Amanda.
Nick, do you think she's a bad person? Let me pray that Nick sees the best in people.
I am definitely a glass half full kind of person, so that's the rose colored glasses I'm going to speak from. I think she's definitely troubled. I think she needs therapy, someone better than Jacoby. She's got some demons and personal issues she certainly has to work out. I don't know if I would say that she's a bad person, but she's definitely not making things easier on herself first and foremost, and clearly is messing with a lot of people's lives. So even if she's poorly intentioned, is she a bad person at her core? I don't know at this point if we have enough evidence, but she's not making it easy for anybody else around her. Again, does that mean that she deserves death? Probably not. Does she get what's kind of coming to her? Well, from the train of events and what she was getting into and the troubled people she was associating with, I mean, it's not going to have a positive ending. But I don't know if I would say that the poor girl deserved to die, clearly in the terrible way that she did.
Yeah.
Casey?
I'd say I'm not going to cast a verdict on whether a 17-year-old has fully become evil or not.
Throw stone. Throw stone.
I feel like, yeah, if I think the average 24-year-old is like, okay, well, they're just a dumb kid. They don't know any better yet.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really say a 17-year-old is like, oh, yeah, they've fully reached evil status. Go ahead and
Exactly.
kill them. But this is definitely Laura's heel turn episode. Like, it previously was just sounding like, oh, yeah, she was crazy. You know how she was with the drugs and the partying and all this stuff. But, like, it was definitely the moment where it's like, okay, no, there was a darkness around her, like, that they've alluded to, but this is the first time you kind of heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then they even still, like, I don't know that you can say that Laura was entirely dark and at fault, and then also say that, like, the things that Jacques and Leo do to her and Ronette are also then justified or anything.
Right.
It's like she's still a victim in some ways, and if not more ways than we can even ascertain at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
As she was saying, like, he's looking for something more dangerous. Like, I can only, like, to Steven's comment, she said about James, I can only take so much nice. Like, if you go out looking for trouble, you're gonna find it. You know, it's clearly in a small, quote unquote, town. I think that just kind of, you know, what she was looking for, she bit off more than she could chew. I did have something I was going to say to Steven's comment earlier. Gary, did you have something you wanted to add to the current conversation? Otherwise,
Oh no, I
switch
just want
gears.
to pour more gasoline on the fire. So get your
I'll divert and
Sure.
save us then.
Yeah.
Blind lady, not blind, but like the lady who
Log
works with
lady.
blinds. No, not log lady.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Nadine.
Thank you. I was gonna say
Drape
Norma,
runners.
but I was like, it's not Norma.
They're called drape runners. Okay.
Drape runners.
Come on.
Drape runners. So Nadine, I was gonna say, so Steven, do you think Nadine, people who got things that were coming to them?
No.
What do you
God,
think about
no.
that conversation?
No, and that's why
Nadine also seems to have some consequences in this episode too.
No. And that is I very specifically left out Nadine. That is
Okay.
it is a very brutal and a very
Yeah.
painful scene. And if anyone's listening and dealing with it, there are resources out there. Reach out, please say something. Everyone, people are there for
Also,
you.
if you're going through what Laura Palmer's going through, you know, I mean, that's also not like great times.
We don't think you're terrible people,
just
listener.
throwing it out there.
But I think that I don't know. That was a that was hard.
I mean, to the premise of the show. One second, Gary. I think the premise of the show is, you know, we're trying to solve this murder of this young girl, and you find out more about what happened and, you know, caused this concern. Like, on air, to see this woman set up her little station and like get ready to do the deed, I was like, ooh, it seems a little dark even for the tone we're going with in this show. So when The tall dude, not Hank. What's the husband's name?
Leo?
No, Nadine's husband.
Oh, Big Ed.
Big Ed. Thank you. When Big Ed comes home, it's like, oof, this is not good. So I'm glad that at least he seemed to get some people on the way to come over and help out. But it was a bit traumatic for me. All right, Gary.
Steven, did Agent Cooper get what was coming to him?
Very specifically said that it's not everyone.
We don't even
specifically said.
We don't even know what happened to Agent Cooper. We see the door open and gunshots. Maybe it was a warning over his head.
There was an attacker coming up from behind him, and this was Andy.
There you go.
Agent Cooper.
There you go.
Nick, glass very half full. Door opens, guns are shot.
Glass overflowing.
At waist level. It was just a warning shot.
Right?
I really like that Andy scene at the end. That was awesome. What?
It's a fake squirt gun, and then they're popping a champagne bottle from behind. That's the cork pop sound you hear.
Congratulations on your new arrest.
Exactly. Interesting.
Well, anyways, I think that if you manipulate people, yes, you're a bad person, like what she did. I don't think everyone else deserved what they got. So I very much said that there were certain people who didn't deserve what happened to them.
I will add one person that, if you're done with your list, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm done with my list.
Yeah. I would say Catherine is probably on the verge of somebody who got what she had coming. She was
I feel like she's not going to, though. Her husband's going to get it. I feel like her husband...
But I think you can get what's coming to you, and it's like your comeuppance is what you had coming to you. You don't have to be murdered. Like, that is not the end all be all of what was coming to you. Like, she was a jerk to her husband and like a horrible business person and all these things, and like trying to do all these shady backroom deals, and it all got twisted around on her, and now she is the one that has been played to be a fool, and now she has to see that she has to kind of make up for things on her own.
Okay, adding to JC's topic about the husband running into the fire, it bothered me that he ran into the fire in a hard hat and safety glasses, no respirator with a fire extinguisher. Like, a hard hat and safety glasses are not going to help you in a fire situation. You should have a cloth over your face, a respirator, something. Like, just, I'm going to run into a fire. Like,
safety guy Nick, does this check out?
I was just gonna say, can confirm you do need some sort of self-breathing respirator or something to get the particle smoke out of your face. He did sort of have this little bit of, like rekindling with his wife right before, so maybe he felt like it was worth his life to go in and try and save her.
Nick, would you save me in a hard hat and safety glasses?
Gary, I'd let you die just specifically for it. But anyways.
I thought you were going to say, would you save your wife? It's like, yeah, you saved me. So about this situation.
If there's someone that you really love that's in a fire like that, and you are the sort of white knight that dude is, like, yeah, you're going to run into a fire even if you don't have the proper protection stuff, because fuck, if you die, that's all right. You're just going to make sure they don't die. I get it.
I do feel like he would know better. I mean, being the foreman of a place full of kindling.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm sure they've got some safety knowledge. But again, yeah, I don't think he would have hesitated. I think he acted within his character.
I wouldn't hesitate. I don't think most people would hesitate.
Also, Steven is someone who I know has a fire escape plan for his cats. So
that's a true statement.
Yes, true. And I think you've had to evacuate your cats at least twice since I've known you.
That's also true.
So, anyway, I just it broke me off. The first time I didn't super catch it, like, oh, it's heroic. The second time, he's just running into a fire, like, and he's not prepared at all.
That's what heroes do, Gary.
Jason Alexander of Seinfeld and I've already forgot the movie's name.
Cinderella.
Yeah,
Cinderella fame.
Yes. Cinderella.
That's right, Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella. Yeah, his fire safety film came out in 1996, so it was predated it by a little too early for poor Pete.
Okay.
I do not know what you're referencing there.
I
Jason.
don't either, but I think I need to
That's
watch
alright.
this fire safety
Now
video.
we need to put
He-
that
he-
in the
he
chat.
was-
I mean, poor listener.
Yeah.
Just Jason
He
Alexander.
he
something
played a
about fire
fucking
safety.
a talking fire alarm. Hey, be cool about fire safety.
But I know I will say so. My disagreement there, JC, is just that I do feel like the husband is going to get the comeuppance for the wife's sins, and I feel like I feel like the wife's gonna get out of there because she was with Shelley, and you're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna get rid of both her and Shelley. But I would be very surprised if the husband doesn't get out of here without either severe burns or just being dead. And what's he doing it for? A wife that doesn't actually even fully love him.
He doesn't know that. I think he kind of felt like, what's her name?
Yeah.
I keep wanting to name her.
Catherine
Catherine.
Martell.
Thank you. I think he feels like Catherine's come around on him. And that, like, oh, Catherine, and he kind of like hugs her or whatever. Like, she's just playing him to get the ledger or like to get back at whatever she can salvage because she realizes she's kind of screwed. And so I think in that moment, yeah, he's just kind of the fall guy, and she's, even if she does kind of want to salvage something, I think that she still sees him as the fall guy for whatever she's planning to do. If it goes sideways, she's going to sacrifice him.
Yeah, which is it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah,
and
it
he's
is sad.
sacrificing himself for that, and that's
And honestly, I'm not entirely sold that he like thinks she's even coming back to him. I think it's just he's just that kind of guy.
he does
Like,
seem like that kind of guy.
He has not been attached enough to her to not help Joan or do these other things against him. Even if he thinks that she's coming round, I think even if they hadn't had that, I think he would have still gone. Like, he would, maybe he doesn't love her exactly, but he would have felt obligated to go help anybody, probably. I just think that's the kind of guy he is.
That's my wife in there.
Steven, would you let me burn if I was the fall guy?
Gary, if you were the fall guy, I'd set you up to burn.
True friendship.
All right. Anything else further from you, Steven? Or
Nope, I got my people out, and so I will turn it over to. I have a bunch of other notes, but that was the theme that I wanted to hit on.
all right, Amanda, do you want to go ahead and go?
Well, these notes. I am starting to notice that my notes have taken on their own direction as we go through these seasons, where at first I wrote down very specific notes of like what it was referencing. Now I just put the thoughts as I'm taking them, which is why my first one on there was umbrellas? Question mark,
Umbrellas?
question mark.
Question mark.
And reading that a week later, I'm like, I don't know what that means. And there's other ones on here. I mean, some of them are obvious. One of my notes just says, "Oh God, Shelley." Well, that's obviously, we know exactly what happened there. But seriously, oh God, Shelley, like.
Yeah, that
I
was a scary scene for her, and
yeah, that was terrifying.
Really,
She was.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. She was obviously scared enough to have the gun with her, even while she's like washing her hair out there. But like, she's still put off to the side, and I was like, what? How was he watching that specifically close enough to get in that second, though?
Well, and just the Leo having to also, like you were saying earlier, just pile on that emotional terrorism, pretty much, of why could you do this to me? I loved you, while he's basically beating her and doing all this other stuff. It's just like you are letting her die in a fire, and you can't stop. Like, she is. I feel for her.
Yeah.
Question.
It's also
Is
interesting.
that network?
Sorry, go ahead.
Is that network censorship? Like, is there a version of that where he doesn't say "I love you"? And is it more terrifying if he doesn't say, like, if he just like
Oh no.
takes the gun, throws her into a burning building. Is that more terrifying? Because then he's
No.
just an all-out sociopath who has no empathy.
I
Like-
think the other way around.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's much more terrifying that he still associates that that's a relationship or that there's something there to salvage. If he's hurting her just for hurting her sake and he's already disassociated with it, then I think it's like, okay, well, that's dangerous and scary. He doesn't see her as a person, especially someone he cares for. That's not good. But like the fact that he still thinks that he cares for her or that she cares for him and is still doing this to hurt
And is
her,
willing to do that.
yeah, that makes it worse in my eyes.
I feel like it might be more relatable to have, I think we all have known that one emotionally abusive, and I'll be very honest, usually the emotionally abusive guy in a relationship with a girl. And that's the thing that you can unfortunately relate to. Sociopaths aren't super common. You're not going to really relate to them, but you could look at Leo and you can see I can name 2 or 3 people that I can put in his place right now in my head.
Am I one of them?
You are in fact not one of them, Gary.
Damn it!
Yeah, the way that he still associates love with it is very much, it falls back to that trope that of toxic masculinity at best, and especially now that we know, like with this specific episode as well, that like, yeah, Leo is also one of those people that was just like having sex with Laura and potentially for sure other women that was going on with this whole mail order woman situation that was going on there. Like we get the whole thing that like he and Jacques were at that cabin with 2 girls, and like now he's, oh no, Shelley was unfaithful to me, so she's broken my heart.
Yeah.
This was love. You ruined me. What are you talking about?
Exactly. No, I agree. I think that was just what I was going to mention too. Is he's meant to look as macho as masculine. The phrase is more contemporary, but that toxic masculinity, as you know, he's usually got like the white undershirt and he's, you know, very
Creased back
the
hair.
creased back hair. He's meant to look very, you know, physically fit and strong. He's got a big rig. Not that big rigs are inherently that parlance, but it's like he's got all the testosterone for his job, you know, and yeah, he's distant emotionally and physically, that he's always gone for his job. I think that like the picture they're trying to paint for him is this stereotypical dangerous persona boyfriend. Yeah, and it unfortunately plays out the way that you worry it does.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the entire season that I was like, well, obviously he's meant to look like he killed her, so it assumes he didn't, right? I don't know.
Mhm.
There's none of the normal this show's old enough that I don't have that I figured I didn't have the correct um not stereotypes.
It's pulling the
Prejudices.
stereotypical. It's pulling the Princess Bride on us. I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew
Yeah.
that I knew that you knew.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Right.
But then, like, I mean, I was outraged when he yelled that throughout that, I loved you or whatever. And I was like, excuse me, not until now have we seen anything like that. So I'm either annoyed about that because it doesn't line up with anything you've shown in his character so far, which I am still annoyed by, or it's a possible that's how he's going to disassociate himself with the event so that he can be like, oh, baby, you did this to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Which we already know that he had to have been involved with Laura somehow, and this just. So yeah, that's great. That's awful. That was a terrifying part of the episode. I mean, there was a lot in this. There was a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah.
And then Josie, we found, is not only not so necessarily innocent, but is mixed up in multiple ways with multiple people, and including and up to and not necessarily just including her husband's death way back when.
Ooh, yeah.
That one's all in caps in my notes because I was like, shock value.
well, not just that, but also apparently the hit was paid in $90K. Like, I get in 1990 shit was, you know, less expensive and money went farther. Was $90,000 still that much money back in the day where you could? Yeah, someone pull up inflation calculator. All right,
on it right
JC's
now.
on it. I want to know this.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah.
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 235,000.
All right, so are you going to murder someone for $235,000 and go to jail for a couple?
Depends
Probably
on
not.
who
It's
they
not
are to me.
necessarily that
And,
much money, honest to God.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think that he got caught in the murder. I think he got caught in a consequence related to the murder.
Yeah.
I thought he got caught in like
it-
a speeding ticket or
It
something.
is a vehicular thing. It would be life if he was convicted for murder or homicide.
Yeah, but he made it look like just a vehicular manslaughter, I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. We think that the vehicular thing was that he struck this individual. I thought
I
that it
think
was
so, at least. I don't know
He said
that for
something
sure.
about a boat, so
There's
I was
something
thinking it was something like.
Yes, I can't remember exactly how it was set
her
up, but-
husband died in some kind of boating accident. So her
That's a
and
boating accident.
Hank, the convict not ex-husband, have me super confused because they were both given very clear, like, she has this very innocent persona at the beginning of, until like honestly last episode a little bit, and then he is a very clear, we're getting all sorts of vibes of like, this is not a good guy, like obviously you're not supposed to trust this guy. And now there's so many things little wrapped up. They dropped, bravo to the writers, honestly, because they put a lot of little drops of knowledge that I'm like, what? Wait, what? Because Josie both deserves to be in jail and is possibly all about this blood pact, but she's still being possibly manipulated. We don't know how this is going down. Hank is both a convict, but also like, I don't know, I guess his own version of honorable convict, because he's like, we have a deal, I'm gonna sign, seal, deliver. However, we are tied together. But also, does he actually love Norma? This is unclear. I assumed not, but now that he was just using her to get out of jail, but he could. I don't know. They have left this unclear now.
He's a late addition halfway through the season, but he is obviously tied up into multiple different character story arcs. So it'd be interesting to see as it continues how it plays out, like who he really is to whom.
And I like the addition of him as a character because you did have all these separate plot lines flying around in the first couple episodes that you're like, man, this town is just kind of psycho. Everyone has their own little thing and like everything's going crazy. And then you get, oh, and by the way, there's this guy who's like somehow behind every single event that's kind of happening, kind of putting a backboard to, is this the guy who was running the events?
Is it a 90s trope that all the bad guys are also unfaithful? Like, there's notable infidelity and that they're bad guys? Like,
I mean, at this
although I
point,
guess
is there a
Big Ed
good
is
guy that's
also
faithful?
I guess Big Ed is technically also like maybe whatever the term is, running around on his wife.
Look, Agent Cooper is doing what he can.
Anyhow, this brings me all to my conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory number 3. What if Hank is actually the good guy trying to fix everything, since he's a little mixed up in all of it?
So Andy's the actual criminal and Hank is the actual good guy. I'm liking this. I am liking this.
Jock was going to spill the beans, and Andy can't let that happen, so Andy tries to shut him up in the moment.
Meanwhile, Hank knows that Leo's been abusing people and has been doing bad stuff. He's like, I'm going to take this into my own hands.
That would be a good twist.
Do you have anything else, Amanda?
I did make. Oh, also, Hank shot Leo while Leo tried to kill Bobby. So there's another little thing. Just saying. Like, there was no. Yeah, he could be tying up a loose end, but we don't know. I feel like Gary, I'm insinuating the really bad guy possibly is a good guy.
Ruby shoots Oswald.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Congratulations, Amanda. You are the new hero of the revolution.
I wanted to say another note about Catherine when she goes in there, and we know that this woman can manipulate and do her own little. She's been doing stuff for years. However, she walks in, sees somebody tied up. She already had this weird phone call giving her a location. see someone tied up, see something clearly like ticking. How do you not
on, I have
act
to
a
think
lot
about this.
freaking faster? And she because the girl goes, help me, and she goes, shut up, I have to think.
Yeah.
About what?
And I was like,
About what right now?
what?
Right.
Either you should get the hell out yourself, or you should help that person to get out, or you should stop the thing that's ticking, or I don't know, but the whole shut
Have
up,
to
I have to
think.
think. I don't know. Maybe that's smart. Maybe she was considering the situation. But just seeing her personality so far, I'm like, she's tied up. There's a timer. There's fire, and you're all quiet. I'm thinking,
Umbrellas.
like,
Umbrellas.
yeah, she knows she's being held hostage for something too. But like, move faster.
Could she believe that Leo told her the conspiracy, the larger criminal empire? So like questioning whether or not she's being taken out to clean up loose ends.
I just, if
in
she
the
was gonna
criminal
think a little
empire.
faster on her feet, you think she wouldn't have just walked right into where she was told to go? I don't know.
She's old. She's not the fastest knife in the drawer.
As we know from people like Nick and Gary, old people just don't think very fast.
It's true.
I will say, I do think she is being presented
Wait,
as
I'm gonna take that personally.
Okay,
I'd
Gary,
like to
you
point
shouldn't
out that
have
I thought.
taken so long to respond then.
So yeah, I want to
That was
point
the
out that I
point.
caught that
I get
joke
it.
a lot
I
quicker than you
appreciate
did.
that joke. But I it was really
That was
good. It was
good.
really
That was
funny
good.
actually. But I do think that Catherine is being portrayed to be this like a chess player. She's like playing 8D chess right now on a tic-tac-toe board. And just like, what are you doing? Just play the game, get on with it. You're trying to be so intelligent about every move you're making, and they're all wrong. Every single move is wrong. Maybe you shouldn't be playing 8D chess. Maybe you shouldn't even be playing tic-tac-toe. I don't know. She is the one
Maybe
character
you
in this
should be.
movie who's portrayed to be very, very smart, who also is just incredibly dumb. Sorry.
Maybe you shouldn't be telling everybody about your 2 sets of books. Maybe you
Right?
should keep that a little closer to the vest.
Right.
And anything else, Amanda?
No, those were my favorite notes to share with you guys.
Okay. Gary, do you have your hate you need to expunge, or have you done that already?
Hate? Why hate?
I wonder.
Leads to suffering.
Hate leaves suffering. Ah, damn it! I mean, I can't even connect it. Sorry. Anyway,
Leads to the dark side.
dark side. I'm pregnant.
For those in order.
The I'm pregnant scene. Yeah.
That cop receptionist says, "I'm pregnant." Sheriff Andy just looks defeated. And then there's just like, obviously, they close the doors to this conversation, and there's an undisclosed amount of time of how long that conversation takes or how that conversation concludes. But it just is like next scene, her walking out and just shouting, fresh coffee, and just like walks away.
Yeah, so if there is a more 90s scene that could possibly be written, it is the one about the sheriff's deputy who finally got it. Everyone's like, "Oh, you should have seen him. He was kicking, he shot, he was doing great." The woman's like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds so manly. And why don't you guys have a chat together?" And they go in and, "I'm pregnant." Oh. And the man is flat, just shot, floored, obviously can't take the fact that he impregnated a woman. And then just everyone breaks up in this crazy thing. It's like, okay, that seems overly, overly over.
It was the 90s, though. Like,
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
A topic. Like, having children out of wedlock was very questionable.
Conspiracy theory number 5.
Boom.
We're on 4. Who did I miss 4?
No,
It's
you didn't.
conspiracy theory number 5 now.
Negative. We cannot skip a number.
All right, whatever. Conspiracy
Can I?
It's
theory
so
number
big,
I
it
put,
jumps
like,
over
number
4 and 5.
Andy did not know how getting a girl pregnant works. And that entire time in that closet was her explaining what happened. And he was just absolutely floored because he never took basic biology.
Venom, the birds and the bees. I could see that.
Amanda, you can't look at me like that. It happens in Bridgerington. It can happen in this.
Bridgerington.
I'm gonna make us all watch Bridgerton now, just for that comment.
Oof.
No.
You will all be enlightened.
Enlightened.
No.
Hey. I have already been enlightened. Thank you very much.
Steven, you're gonna mess up my math at the end of of our season. Like, you can't do this to me.
Fine with
Episode
that.
number
Yeah,
5.
I don't
Conspiracy
know.
number
I just
5.
put number 4. I don't know. Like, I
Yes,
don't
should be
know
number-
what to do with that. Can I use number 4 next episode?
Like,
You can use it later this episode.
Yeah, I guess.
our daughter is, pretty young and is still learning how to count, but obviously Steven should not be the one teaching her because he thinks it goes 1, 2, 3, 5. And I'm starting to see, at least I know it's not my fault. When the numbers,
made-up
when the
number,
number
Amanda.
order is like, up
Amanda.
to your.
Amanda, I only count in primes.
Okay, well, let me
Fibonacci
know
guy
when you
myself.
find the secret
Another math
message for
joke.
the aliens. Yeah, when you find the aliens, let me know, and we'll deal with it then.
Ugh.
We are getting all the callbacks to our other movies.
Just over here shaking my head. Gary, do you have anything you'd like to continue talking about, or are you good?
I do.
Okay.
The million. I wrote down a random, like, not at all, maybe a question for the group. And I asked myself the question, I wonder if my wife would stand by me if I was sent to jail for manslaughter. And I just went,
Amanda has already answered
Amanda,
that
would you
question for me before, and it is no.
Did I?
It's no. Yeah.
It is no.
Oh, I said it wasn't a guarantee. It depends entirely on the circumstances, dude.
I think that's more accurate, yes. But basically, I do not have a get out of jail for free card.
And I think the question started off as like, well, I mean, don't you love me no matter what I do? And I said, no, there's definitely like circumstances. Like, you go kill someone, no, I'm probably not going to love you anymore. You kill someone
Gary,
in the
you're
defense
fine.
of your family and home planet, then maybe there's fine. It really depends on the circumstances.
Nick, have you contemplated that, Nick or JC? Like,
My significant other no longer loving me?
If you
No,
murder,
I worry about that fear every waking hour.
they stand by me if I went to jail.
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, I've got a lot to get off my chest.
Anyway, that was just
hold
like
on.
my random thought of like.
There's one more person that didn't get asked. Tyler, if Daisy got convicted of manslaughter, would you stand by her?
Of course. That means the other person deserved it.
Yeah, I support that. I would also stand by Daisy.
Fair enough.
It's just for Daisy. You can see the signs now.
I also I wrote down that identify with the dead girl's dad just going on a murderous rampage, like setting up fire alarms.
I'm on board with Gary there, 100% on board. I saw that happen.
With what he's doing, but like seriously,
no,
it's just
confirm your facts first, dude.
Yeah, that's the thought. What he does, I get why he's doing it, but like, yeah, to confirm this
he
is
has
the
already
person.
been shown to be mentally broken. Basically, the last how many episodes? Consider his facts. He has one fact: his daughter's dead. That's all that he cares about, and he's going to go murder the person who did it.
Okay, but he could have what if he walked into the hospital and there was a guy and he just murdered the first guy he saw?
Exactly.
That should have been what the movie showed us.
Exactly. Again, he doesn't like, oh, hey, what are you doing, police officers? We're guarding this convicted suspect, blah, 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 blah. Like, everybody left. We already confirmed that. He just walks in. For the sake of the show, we see him go after the guy who is the guy, presumably. Like, he doesn't know who it is in the entire hospital. Maybe he just goes in and snuffs the wrong guy. Is it then still justified because he lost his daughter? I think it's only justified because the vengeance is perceivably, with what we know thus far, accurate. And so I don't think that that's cool. Again, violence just gets more violence. I'm with him. I think it makes sense emotionally, but logically that's dangerous. Because again, he could have still given more information and
It's
backstory
a
about
town
what
of
happened at the
5,000
cabin.
people. No, he's not going to find us. There's not going to be a second person in the hospital. Sorry.
I say it's not justified.
This goddamn small town, and it's freaking 2 hospital rooms.
Right?
I feel like he's also striking while the opportunity is there, because once he leaves the hospital, the opportunity to take him out is like it's like Batman.
It's
Where
because the police are there. Yeah.
One shot Andy's gonna protect him.
oh yeah, it's in Batman where like the guy who kills Batman's parents gets out of jail and he's gonna shoot Batman, and then somebody else goes up and shoots him, and he's just like, oh, okay. That would have that's how he'd go down. He got out of that clean. There's no proof that he did it, Steven.
I would just say that if someone killed my daughter, I would be an emotional wreck. And no, I would not be thinking logically. And no, I would not be considering the consequences. And no, I would not be going, well, is this really the right thing to do? No, I wouldn't be doing that. Are you kidding me? No, I'd go snuff the guy who did it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the
That
cops
right there. Sorry, go
the
ahead.
cops should have like caught that. They
Yes.
You're
told
right.
him.
You are right.
Like
Yes.
they should have been like, "Oh, we've seen this guy be an absolute wreck."
And that's it.
Whoops, do we accidentally mention like that? That's like, okay, I'm not a cop, but like that's got to be a rule somewhere of like, hey, you know that your victim's family is going to be a hot mess, and you shouldn't be giving them like there is a safety of the people that
There's
you
a
were
reason why
trying
you
to
don't do that.
arrest.
Yeah,
it's an ongoing investigation. You give out no information.
Yeah,
you
like
contact
they
the
managed to
family,
like
that's
be
it.
like, oh, we can't tell you about the guy, but you still told him the guy was in the hospital. Like you didn't give away all the facts, but you gave away the important one, unfortunately,
Right.
was
No,
location and not crime.
Again, I agree wholeheartedly. And even with what you said, Stephen, I'm on board with that. Go get the guy who did it, 100%. In this scene, I don't know if Leland knows without any uncertainty that that is the person who did it.
Okay,
I don't
but
think he's
Leland,
ever.
but Leland is broken. Why would he have to have
I'm not.
unmitigated proof? Like he doesn't. He is the judge, jury, and executioner at this point in time. He decided, and that is good enough for him. You're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
going to have to prove this in a court of law.
I get from his point of view exactly what he's doing. I'm just like sitting here being like, oh, dude, that's not. Let's
Yeah,
wait.
Of course.
A reason of mental insanity.
Anyway, that was all I had. Was I feel like I could justify that. Other note, I enjoy that there's a hunchback seamstress that has a secret door to run out.
Hey, we need a seamstress in here, but I don't want her to draw focus.
Don't pull focus.
I forgot about her.
There's like a secret door in the side of the room. I'm just like, we're not going to talk about this. Okay, cool. And then the who shot who?
Sorry.
Oh, you can go.
Oh no, yeah, good. Nope, you go. I was just thinking about the Black Lodge, or the. Go ahead.
And then the who shot Cooper. I'm wondering if he got identified at the casino. Like, because obviously at the end of the episode, it's kind of left vague as to why he's being shot. But obviously, there's a lot of conspiracy going around this town, and presumably it's because he's getting too close. And so I assume it's because they saw him at the casino. He was on tape. Like, I feel like you probably have photos of all local police right next to your monitors.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
It's just Ed and Cooper that go up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Big Ed.
Yeah.
Big Ed wouldn't be necessarily police, but yeah, Cooper would be very
No.
identifiable.
I just wonder at shooting him, because shooting him, while it might get rid of the mind that's working the case, there's still they have evidence that doesn't wipe the evidence. Like the FBI is just going to send more people out. Of course,
But are they trained in the ways of Tibet?
that's fair. Also, the most important reveal we got at the end of this episode was, of course, confirmation that Diane did overnight the earbuds.
Yes.
She does
Diane,
exist.
this was
She's
important,
real.
and I appreciated that information.
That's true. Confirmation.
Also, the mill's burning down, I guess.
Also.
One building of the mill. Just one building.
I am confused. Yeah, do they only have, is it one gigantic building, or like they were in like a tiny little shed looking thing where Shelley was tied up?
I know. Shocking. All of my sawmill architecture information comes from video games, and those are not to be trusted. So.
That's pretty
Well,
accurate.
according to Skyrim.
There's usually people trying to shoot me at the sawmill, but
Yeah,
Right.
in San Andreas, it was set up like this.
A lot of those buildings seem to be a specific maze that you can only get out one way. That was their first problem for fire safety right there.
Right.
Right.
I will say there was one more, by the way, don't draw focus scene that I saw. And that was when Catherine and her husband are having the conversation about, did you take the ledger? Oh, I didn't take the ledger. Well, and they're
people.
and they're closing the blinds one by one, and there's these two guys which go to each blind, and they go to the next blind, and go to the.
Yeah.
It's the same two guys each blind. It's fantastic.
If my bosses and superiors are in a heated conversation in the room, I may be intrigued, but I'm not going to stand at the window and be identified as the dude who's trying to hear what's going on. Close the window in my face. Oh, they don't want me to hear. I'm going to go to the next window 2 feet down. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's a lot of confidence that you won't get fired from your job.
All right, so in this scene, extras, they're having a conversation and you're like, oh, what's going on? So you're engaged, all right? Like, how engaged should we be? Just don't pull focus. Gotcha. Say no more, fam.
No more.
anything else, Gary?
I have nothing else to add
Okay.
at this time.
Mr. Nick Castillo, do you have anything?
I just had a little bit. We've talked about some of the items that I would have taken notes on. I just had the very beginning parts that we haven't really touched a lot on with the casino stuff and Cooper. Like, first of all, he's just like flaunting the cash from the federal government that's like, this is the taxpayers' money, but we can play tonight. How much money do you need? And just like starts doling out cash to his friends. It's like, be a little bit more less casual with that.
And we said that. Well, we said that $90,000 equaled $270,000 in nowadays cash. And how much cash does he give him? Was it 10 grand or so?
I think it was 10 grand.
So that's 90 grand, or no, 30 grand. I'm sorry, 3 times 30 grand that he goes, yeah, just go play with it.
Yeah, exactly. And clearly Ed shows he's not very good. Like the first cutaway is that he's losing it. So it's like, oops, sorry, Cooper. Oh, don't worry about it. And then Cooper sits down and starts playing, and clearly he's just like an ace at everything he does.
It's card counting.
Card counting.
Right.
And starts winning.
Takes the long way to 21.
Yeah. He's like, are you sure? You've only got like 2 cards that you can get to win. Trust me.
Sir, you need a 3.
Yeah. Trust me, it just happens to get it.
I know.
It's like, that's some
And
long
that was
statistics
when
there.
he would have been walked out.
Exactly, right? No, I feel perfectly comfortable. You sure? You don't seem like you're sweating at all. Nope, I know exactly what number I'm on. So, anyways, that was an interesting scene. Again, just highlighting the amazingness that Cooper is. But then, yeah, that leads into the scene with Jacques and how creepy he is while he's talking to him at the table. So, slides him the broken poker chip from the One-Eyed Jack. And he's like, ha. Yeah. That was really all I had. Just that opening scene.
All right. And last but certainly never least, JC, do you have anything you would like to touch on for the episode?
I feel like everything was kind of covered. The cinematography was mentioned in this episode, but I do feel like it was a slight step up in just like unease. Like, granted, the subject matter of the episode already stepped it up compared to other ones, I felt like, but then I didn't remember things like whenever Jacques is telling his story, like, bite the bullet, baby, and they just zoom in on his lips.
On his mouth.
That scene. It's like, what? That's not pleasant. I didn't like any part of this already, and I like it less now. Thank you. Yeah, quick thoughts here. The Hank trying to charm Nora, or Norma, was just, I don't know.
About like sleeping on the couch when he gets back,
Yeah, and just like it felt very. That was perhaps the most '90s relationship thing in this episode for me, trope-wise, of just like, oh, baby, it's just been so long. We've got so much history together. Like, your history is not good though. Like, stop.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Was Heba introduced last episode, or was she fresh this episode? I forgot. Jerry's Icelandic girlfriend.
She was introduced last episode. He's like,
very,
isn't she
very short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember. But in that case, I think the last thing that I have is Audrey's. Like, they have the hunchback seamstress, and Audrey shows up with the well-adorned lingerie befitting of One-Eyed Jacks, and then they have her brand new girl costume, a very terrible looking Queen of Diamonds card, which is very just like unflattering. This is like a very strange design choice for that, but I didn't. Whenever they have the whole like pick a card, any card, I didn't think that was going to be the result.
It's a weird way to do it. And I also did note that obviously Audrey's more important than any of those other girls. So she gets the white lingerie. All of them get the black lingerie.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean that there's ideally 52 girls? I want to
Hey, there you go.
Or
Until
is
the population
the
becomes
outfit
51,
color
202.
meaning that she's a fresh squeeze?
As soon as he mentioned the white, that was my thought too. Is that she's white now, and then we'll be.
Didn't we see that happen afterwards? But didn't we see that like the first time we were introduced to black to One-Eyed Jacks, whatever it's called, that the new girl was in there as well, and she was still I'm pretty sure wearing black and red. I want to say I don't remember that for sure.
Maybe I'll have to look back. Also, speaking of One-Eyed Jacks, was this the first episode we actually got confirmation that Ben Horn was the actual owner?
Yes.
Yep.
Good to have noted.
Previous, yes.
Because they make allusions to the owner is coming by, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's Ben. That's why.
So One-Eyed Jacks is in Canada, so he owns a department store and in Washington and a brothel in Canada,
and a lodge.
Somehow, like, no one understands interstate or inter-country like legal.
Well, I'm sure he has like shell companies and all that sort of stuff, right?
Okay.
I mean,
international, not in our country.
If you're a sleazy international businessman, you probably have a couple shell companies that work for you.
True.
Back in 1990, he was Mr. Worldwide. prior to Pitbull.
Boo.
I think that up to that point, we had just thought that he was a frequenter of the establishment, but then they kept making references to, if you're good, the owner would likes to see all the new girls, and like he'd like to see you. And then when he says, I'd like to see the new girl, like after he like closes the deal and gets the Icelanders to sign, it's kind of like, ooh, he's this guy. Ooh, and you realize that he's headed towards Esther.
Conspiracy theory number 6.
You
Do we
could.
still need 4?
Door's still open.
Nope, I'm continuing. That was a
He's
deliberate
committed.
choice.
Locked in now.
Steven,
What?
we can't have a count discrepancy at the end of the season because of you.
Happening. It's happening.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, can we just agree now that any account discrepancies are from this point forward Steven's fault?
Yes. Here.
So I'm gonna say that oh my gosh, what is the person who runs One-Eyed Jacks? What's her name again?
Blackie.
Blackie knows that she is the daughter of Ben Horn and specifically is setting up this little thing
Does she?
that is coming up.
I didn't catch that. I didn't think she did.
Well, that's the conspiracy theory.
Okay,
That's the conspiracy theory. Yeah.
I'm on board. I missed that. Yes. She very well could. So then, is she doing it? Do we think in this conspiracy theory to get back at him for some reason?
I don't know.
She feels slighted from Horn.
Spiders all forming webs.
Putting the blackmail out there. He's just gonna pop around the corner with a Polaroid and be like, "Haha, you and your daughter were wearing questionable lingerie."
If you're gonna have blackmail on someone,
True. After closing the Iceland deal, he's clearly now worth a lot of money. Interesting. The Hester name was also referenced to. She said, "I've read the Scarlet Letter as well." That's where that comes from. And yep. And I think the only real reason she got the job when Blackie realized that Audrey was just sort of like talking out of her backside, was that she was able to tie a knot with a cherry stem in her mouth.
Yep.
That's basically it. Okay. I want to make sure it's like I didn't miss anything else there, did I? I'm sorry you don't get this job. Oh, that's a cool talent. All right,
Yeah.
sign here.
Yes, that is she saw, oh, that's a cool talent. Cool. But you should get this job now. That is exactly what those tongues implied, yes.
Can we see your references? Or have we considered this? Son of a bitch. I'm in. And then also at the end of that scene, isn't Audrey tied to the chair? She's not just sitting there. She's like stuck, right? As far as like the thought of it,
She
was going to
looks
be able to
tied
leave.
to me.
thought she
I
was-
don't know how tight that would be, but
And maybe it's just like tied up, quote unquote, for the fun of the scene. But I thought she was like restricted to the chair. So
I
with her
didn't see
back
that.
to
Oh.
whoever's coming through the door.
Hmm.
Like if the dad does come
Like
in,
she-
he might not be able to see it right away.
and he was blindfolded, but she clearly recognized his voice right away. Which I thought was interesting because this episode is the first time I've ever seen her looking a little unsure.
Mm.
But like this guy coming in to clearly like but she does not, she seems like a little unsure but not like super out of worried until she hears his voice and then she's like, oh no. And I'm like, that's what gets you?
Yeah. Like how
What were you
committed
going to do?
What were you going to do? Regardless
you
of who
fine
it
with-
is.
I mean, really into your disguise, I guess. What the hell? You're not the
Committed for the
CIA.
love of the game.
Maybe she thinks she is part of the FBI.
Also, like, this is already at her father's business. So, like, this is already happening through her father's business. And she was not prepared for the fact that maybe she'd run into a coworker there.
Coworker being her father.
Yeah, and clearly needs to be a little more sus of her dad.
Yeah. I think she
I don't
Again, I'm
think
doing
there
a lot
was
of
any bone in her body that didn't believe that he was somehow involved in this. Maybe not as
Yeah.
much, but
Yeah.
she knew.
I feel like she had an assumption he was tied in somehow, but maybe not as directly as she's about to find out.
Yeah. Because she's told that like the owner is going to be coming in or something, right?
Yeah.
So, like once she then sees like, then that's the full connection made sure. So.
And we were mentioning earlier this evening that like maybe he's going to get called away or stopped outside the room or distracted or something like that. But like even if he gets in the room, her back is to him. So if he's like on cloud 9, like walks in, waltzes around a little bit, and then has to leave without looking her in the face, I could see them playing off the scene that like he doesn't catch it, but she's, oh my goodness, and aware.
Sure.
Interesting.
All right. So I think that's kind of everyone here. I don't know. Did we want to do kind of just a little bit of a mini season wrap up as we head into season 2, or do we just kind of want to save that all for the final or wrap up episode?
Let's save that for the final wrap up episode.
Okay.
It's already 12:30.
Off by 10 minutes, but sure.
So,
Close enough.
Okay. Any other?
I love it. That's all I need.
Any other final thoughts from anyone here? A lot of nothing here. All right.
Steven is wrong.
I'm sure that's Gary's final thought. It's just Steven is wrong. Got it.
I know Gary thinks like that. That's okay. That actually makes me feel better about myself, because if I know that I am the one that Gary thinks is wrong, I must actually be right.
Except for about math.
Okay. So when we come back, I believe we're doing 2 episodes. Or was that what we decided, JC?
This will be the I believe it's a double feature for episode
For the next.
season 2, episode 1 again.
Okay.
Season 2.
So I'm just trying to quickly double check how long
Pull it up
episode
here.
1 is.
Yes, it is a double length episode for episode 1 of season 2 again. So we'll watch that one episode, which is double the time. So
Okay.
prepare accordingly.
Just
Double your
1 minute.
pleasure, double your fun.
So
May the
next time,
giant be with you.
yeah.
Sorry. Stole your thunder.
All right, podcast over. Let's shut it down here.
All right.
Yeah.
Back from the beginning. Get your intros ready.
So yeah,
This next season, a lot more episodes.
Yes.
Yes, they step it up to 22 episodes. For better and worse.
Goodness.
So season 2, episode 1.
I said for better and worse. I feel like I saw Gary's eyes just kind of go like a little bit defeated.
Okay. Season 2, episode 1, May the Giant Be With You, is what we will be discussing next time we meet up to record. All right. So that'll then do it for us here. We hope you have a good one, dear listener. Until next time, goodbye.
Walk with fire.
May the giant be with you.
Look out for the owls.
And also with you.